Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna change the order of the ones that I'm gonna do because I think that it fits so perfectly. And again, we didn't plan it this way necessarily, but I have the same concept. It's basically a mirrored image
Huh.
of what you just showed to a degree. I mean, you don't have Tyreek Hill on the field here, so you don't have that guy that's going to threaten these safeties. And look, this game I think is week 4, week 5, 2023 against the Giants. This is an incredibly poorly coordinated defense for the NFL level. Um, I don't know if it was wink or what, but just not prepared for anything that they saw,
Hmm.
at least in this film that I saw. So it's the same concept you had, whereby they're leaving the boundary side D end unblocked, which is what you talked about initially. It's a too high safety structure, and this fullback is running the hide concept late out into the flat. So he'll be, like a late access route for the quarterback. But Tua's left-handed, whereas Deshaun Watson, that you just showed was right-handed. And for Watson, the play was going to his left, his offhand, and for Tua, it's going to his right, his offhand. So pretty cool. But you got the wheel by the guy in motion, the play fake to the running back. So just using the run game to still rely on a quick passing game. That's one thing that I noticed is that there's just so many quick pass concepts that McDaniel uses. I feel like he must spend an inordinate amount of time on the quick pass concepts because even with the game that I saw with Brissett, which was against the Ravens, he he threw the short pass game well, not really much else, but defensive end unblocked, fullback bypassing him to get out into the flats. Oftentimes, this is like just a little snag or whatever. No recognition from anyone for the John, and that'll be across
Yeah.
multiple plays that I show in this game. I mean, this is really poorly defended in my opinion.
Hmm.
But it's consistent. You've got this, late fullback / tight end out into the flats, and then a wheel. Sometimes it's Tyreek Hill, sometimes it's another player, and then an underneath snags, sit, whatever you want to call it. And that seems to be one of their most reliable quick pass game concepts. But it's built off the run threat, and it happens fast. They hit it. Ravens fans may remember, the late season game 2023. They hit us with this like 3 times in the first half. Quick. It got a little annoying that day. I don't know about for you, like to see it. Like, come on, man, it's the same concept,
Hmm. I think that is the key. It's how quickly they hit this. If let's see, if that apex guy runs with this route, he's going to hit the little hide flat thing. Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes this is a read right here. And what I mean by that is, okay, if I'm reading man, then I'm just going to take this guy in and I'm going to try to wall off this defender, the inside linebacker. I would depend on how people count, either 1, 2, or excuse me, either 2 or 3. Some people would count this guy, some people would not. They would say, okay, he's already guarding you, so we don't count him. This is 1, this is 2. If you wall off 2, we're talking about teaching it. If you wall off 2, then there's just no way that anyone can be guarding this guy and this guy at the same time.
Wow.
Unless they roll, they roll. So I think there's some foundational things, and it really fits with that again, that social media post where McDaniel's talking about we want to be better at what we do than they are at defending it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we didn't set this up, but we've got the same concept again, and this will be the 3rd in a row, 1 by you and then 2 here by me. It's hide wheel one more time out of 21 personnel. Everything I'm showing is 21 personnel, but it's certainly a different formation. I think this is a fullback. I think 35 is a fullback. Maybe he's an actual tailback. That would still work. We would still be talking about 2 running backs in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And you get this play action with the fullback crossing Tua's face. and you get the same concept: a wheel, a little bit of a slant, post, whatever, and then hide concept late, which for you was the tight end for Cleveland. For me was the fullback, the previous play, and then this one is what I'm referring to as the tailback, 26. I think it's Wilson, but I could be wrong.
And the quarterback just reads that.
Yep. You can see him looking down there initially, and I think he's just trying to get people to move possibly with that route and then come back to, I guess that's Waddle, 17.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just trying to use his eyes for a moment to open this up, and the defender doesn't go with it, 41. And so he just hits the fullback, running back in the flats.
Quarterback doesn't even play fake to the back on either of these, does he?
Not much. I mean, it's a fullback, so there ain't. It's enough to hold this guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's enough to hold this guy because we've got the line working in this direction, and we've got the fullback cross and face. So it just continues to amaze me at the NFL level that nobody gets any kind of cross key action when you've got one running back to the right and one running back to the left at all. Everyone just seems to be caught up with the guy directly across from them. So what I mean is everyone seems to be caught up with and reacting to the offensive line working here and this guy working that direction. Of course, it could just be O-line keys taking them there as well.
Also, like what I mentioned earlier, the way he stacks the backfield a lot. And just in the plays I saw, have that little slot with the two side split backs, and just very unusual stacking them sometimes with a wing. I noticed that, just very interesting. A lot for a defense to look at.
Yeah, I like it. I call it jokers. Whatever people want to refer to it as. One running back to the right, one running back to the left. I think this is actually Justin Houston. So I think it's his last year in the NFL, 2023. So. I agree. I mean, there's a lot of things presented to the defense, I feel like intentionally, so that there's this kind of like installation in the defense's minds or the defensive coordinator's brain. Hey, we lined up in this and we did that. We lined up in this and we did that again. So that then later on, it almost really reminds me a little bit of Ben Johnson, and I can't prove it necessarily other than certain videos I've done where in a given week, I had the ability to actually show the progression of plays. Ball on the right hash, 21 personnel, this formation, 2, 3, 4 times. And then in a key moment late in the game, a 3rd and 2, game on the line, ball on the right hash, 21 personnel, same formation, a totally different play that's designed to expose everything you had done to defend all the earlier presentations. Hopefully, I said that in a way that makes sense. I get the same sense from Mike Mcdaniel.
Mm-hmm.